Students of class 8, today let's learn power resources from chapter 2. Well, in the previous classes we have learned uh, natural resources, okay, and in the last class we have discussed about mineral resources. Today we will just take up these power resources. Before we actually go into these power resources, let us quickly look at the mineral resources of Manipur. Okay, in Manipur we find some important mineral resources like limestone. Limestone is used for making cement. Okay, cement for plastering, for construction and building. These limestones are mostly found in Ukhrul and Chandel districts, like in a place called Tupokpi, Hundung, Palel, Sajik Tampak and all. Okay. Another one is chromites. Chromites are found in Ukhrul district, especially in Lunghar, Siroi, Poi, Gamnom, etc. And also these chromites are also found in Chandel districts. Well, another one is nickel. Nickel is a type of mineral which are found in Ukhrul districts, also in Chandel district, especially near the border of this Myanmar, so to say. Okay, nickel. You can see from the picture, this is a nickel ore. Okay, and copper. In the last class, we have talked about copper as a mineral. Okay, in Manipur, the place called Kwatha in Chandel district, and also in Nampisha of Kamjong district. Okay, they are available in that area. Another one is, sorry, serpentinites. Serpentinites, if you look at this picture, you can see this is also known as green marble, which are abundantly available in Chandel and Ukhrul districts. Okay, and salt that we use in our kitchen, that we use in almost all our eateries. Okay, they are found in Waikong, Sekmai, Sikhong, Ningel, Kaitelmanbi, etc., and almost in all the foothills of eastern hills of Manipur. Okay, so this salt has been widely used before we import the iodized salt from other states of India. Okay, well, let's go straight away to power resources. Power resources refers to electric power, or we can simply say electricity. Okay, the first one is electric can be obtained from thermal power plant. So in the picture you can see thermal power plants, and the diagram that has been given here is how power or electricity is obtained from a thermal plant. Thermal, actually it requires coal, mineral oil, petroleum, or even natural gas, okay, in order to run this thermal power plant. All right, so the details and how it is operated and how do we obtain electricity, you'll study this one in your science. In the social science, our main concern is what are the requirements, especially of the resources: coal, mineral oil, and natural gas. All right, and another power resources is obtained from nuclear power plant. Okay, this is the diagram of a nuclear power plant. You can see we need uranium and thorium in order to obtain this power or electricity from this nuclear power plant. All right, so this is the diagram. This is how electricity is obtained from a nuclear power plant. All right, and the next one is hydroelectric power plant, or simply hydroelectricity. Okay, this is a plant. This diagram, you can see it from here. And actually, in order to obtain electricity from water, I mean from a hydropower plant, we require falling water. Okay, we need that energy so that if the water falls on this from this very dam, it could rotate this turbine. So once you rotate this turbine, we can easily obtain this hydropower. Alright, so water, our main concern is water. Water is necessary for generating electricity from a hydropower plant, so to say. And the next one is solar energy. Okay, in order to obtain solar energy, we need a solar plant. The country like United States of America, Japan, France, Germany, etc., they widely use this solar plant. They use a solar in order to obtain electricity. They use these solar panels. All right, and this solar panel is connected to different transformer or another grid generator, so to say. Okay, so it can obtain electricity or it can obtain solar energy from these solar panels. It is directly obtained from the sun, so to say. Okay, let's go to another one, wind power plant, or simply we say this one as wind energy. Okay, a country like Netherlands as well as United States of America, they use this turbine in order to obtain electricity from winds, so to say. Okay, and also electricity can be obtained from geothermal. Geothermal means the internal heat that we have inside the earth, so to say. Okay, this is how a geothermal power is obtained. This is the process. Okay, we are not going to study the process of how it obtained, but our concern is we can obtain. This is also a source of power, can say. A country like Iceland, okay, it's a very cold place. They use this geothermal power. Mexico, Japan, Russia, etc. Okay, so these are some of the important source of electricity or power energy. In Manipur, you might have heard Loktak Hydroelectric project or Loktak downstream project. Okay, it is a hydroelectric project or hydroelectric power plant. Okay. It is directly obtained from Loktak Lake. The water that we have in the Loktak Lake are used for this generating electricity, and it produces around 35 megawatt of power. Okay, all right, but I think if I'm not mistaken, this power plant has after all it has been neglected, and generating electricity has been so to say, it has not been properly utilized. All right, so we need to improve this hydroelectric project in order to obtain a good source of electricity, hydroelectricity in Manipur. Right. Okay, so this one will be rather very important. Power sources are also classified into conventional and non-conventional. What are they? Conventional. Another one is non-conventional. Conventional power sources or power resources include coal, mineral oil, natural gas, hydropower, and nuclear power. Whereas in the non-conventional power resources, it includes the sources of this power, includes solar, wind, tidal, geothermal, etc. And you see, these are all inexhaustible. So we must encourage the use of this non-conventional more than this conventional, because conventional are all exhaustible, is it not? The minerals like coal, mineral oil or petroleum, and natural gas were were formed by plants, not only plants, even the animals, plants and animals, say, and they were buried under the earth for several million years, and after some million years they formed this called mineral oil and natural gas. All right, so they are considered as exhaustible resources. Okay, so we have to use it very wisely, otherwise it could be replenished. Most of the exhaustible resources could be finished, could be replenished, isn't it? So because of organic origin, they are also known as fossil fuels. So if I ask you in the exam what are fossil fuels, you can say the resources that are of organic origin, they are known as fossil fuels. All right, I'm sure you have understood this one. Let's go to the next one. Distribution of power resources. Okay, first one is coal. Coal is in many forms. The first one is anthracite. According to the contents of coal, so to say, anthracite, I mean not necessarily coal, carbon. Anthracite, it contains around 92% of carbons, bituminous 85%, and then lignite 50%, and peat around 35 to 40% of carbon contains. Okay, so there are different types of coal. If I say coal, there are different types of coals. Okay, and they are of sedimentary rocks. They are originated, they are mostly found in and around these places where we have sedimentary rocks, and they are mostly found in Russia, USA, China, Germany, Canada, India, UK, as well as Poland. This region, these places, or this country produce a lot of coals in the world. And if we consider India, a place like Bengal and Jharkhand coal belt, and in between that, okay, and a state like Orissa, Andhra Pradesh, Assam, Meghalaya, and even Nagaland, etc., they produce coals in India. And if we come to mineral oil, that is petroleum, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Iran, Kuwait, United States of America, Russia, Mexico, etc., they produce a lot of mineral oil, petroleum, and these mineral oil are mostly concentrated in Saudi Arabia. They produce, I should say, 1/3 of the world's mineral oil. All right, in India, you might have heard Assam oil. It is available in Assam, Gujarat, as well as in the sea near Mumbai, which is known as Mumbai High. Petroleum are obtained. Okay, so these natural gas are also occurred along the oil fields. All right, and not only that, nuclear power, it is also distributed around the world. Nuclear power, as we have already discussed, it is obtained using radioactive elements like uranium and thorium. These are the two elements which is used to produce this nuclear power. They can be used for defense purposes, like for making nuclear bomb, hydrogen bomb and all. All right, so United States of America and most of the European countries, they produce this nuclear power. Even in India, we have some nuclear power plants, okay, which are used for generating electricity. Well, if we look at this map, you can see some of the major gas means that natural gas basins of the world. So all the portions which has been shaded in red color, you can see the Persian Gulf, as I have already mentioned, Saudi Arabia. These places are so to say widely, they have a reserve of this natural gas as well as petroleum. All right, okay, we'll go to another one, conservation. So the need for conservation of these exhaustible power resources are badly needed. because as I have already told you, they are exhaustible. They can be finished or they can be replenished at any time. Okay, the resources like coal, petroleum, and even natural gas, they have to be conserved, or we have to use it very wisely. So we have to save them, so to say. Okay, so energy save is energy generated. So we need to save even our electricity. We should not switch on our electricity unnecessarily. We need to conserve them. Okay, so you can just look at the picture here. Here is a slogan: conserve energy for a brighter future. So this is the very slogan of the conservation of these power resources. So students, for today, let us stop here. Let us just wind up for today. I wish you should learn all the notes from the study materials which I have sent you in your WhatsApp group, and also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. May God bless you. Thank you so much for participating in this learning.